So a Tempe homeowner wanted to update the inside of her home. It seems like we hear these stories a little too often.
Yeah, 300 Cents Gary Harper explains tonight the guy she paid to fix up the house left her home a wreck.
The remodeling job we're talking about is a $12,000 project, and in this case, the homeowner handed over $9,000, but the unlicensed contractor took all that money and never completed the job. His name is David Bailey, and according to his Facebook page, he demands that you just do your job. But according to Josie Thomas, David Bailey needs to follow his own advice.
He should take his own advice. He is not doing his job. I thought that was quite ironic.
Back in July, Josie hired David Bailey to remodel the inside of her home. When she met him, she says he seemed knowledgeable.
So when I first met him, I asked him if he was licensed, and he said yes. So we entered into a contract. I gave him the initial deposit.
The total contract amount was just over $12,000, and Josie wrote a series of checks to David Bailey that amounted to $9,000. For $9,000, David Bailey did start the project, and Josie even took several photographs as he did some work. However, his work was short-lived, and after just a few days, David Bailey stopped showing up altogether. As a result, she says her home is left in shambles.
Almost everything has been started. Absolutely nothing has been completed.
Josie wound up filing complaints with the Arizona Register of Contractors and the city of Tempe. A city inspector came out to her house and issued this notice to comply. Josie says that's because David Bailey failed to get building permits and moved to the next remodeling phase without being inspected by the city.
They want all of the walls that were covered up to be opened back again.
That's so inspectors can see if David Bailey actually did things up to city code. And it gets worse. Turns out David Bailey isn't even a licensed contractor like he said he was. Now, we tried emailing and calling Dave Bailey numerous times, but he never got back with us. So we went to his address listed on his invoice, and it came back to this UPS store. It's not his business at all. This is where his mailbox is. 300 Side also went to David Bailey's home, and after no one came to the front door, we left a business card. He eventually called me back and actually claimed Josie is to blame for not getting those building permits, and then he hung up on me. 300 Side reached out to the Register of Contractors, which tells us they have a history of complaints regarding David Bailey, dating all the way back to 2014. As a matter of fact, they say he took nearly $9,000 from 3 different homeowners.
I want my house back. I want my kids to have their bathroom back. I want them out of my bedroom. I want to get our lives back.
Again, this unlicensed contractor is under investigation by the Arizona Register of Contractors for allegedly ripping off other consumers out there. When there's an update, I'll let you know in a follow-up report. I'm Gary Harper, 3 on your side.